just going to start off by I'll give you a quick update on our founder, Ron Levy. As John mentioned, he started the service in 1996 when Pictou County Transit shut down because there's obviously a big hole for especially people with disabilities and seniors and such. I was over to see Ron last week because he's in the hospital. He's been there since March. He's a little bit sick, but he's has an infection in his chest, so I think. But I was talking to him in his room and stuff like that. He wasn't feeling very great, but the news of the 20th anniversary sure brought a big smile to his face. I was really happy we could do that for him, to tell him the 20th anniversary. And rightfully so. It's quite an organization that he built for the people of Pictou County. He should be proud of it. And Della, his wife, passed away last year. So I helped the family. So Chad has grown tremendously over the last 20 years. Chad's vision is efficient, affordable, and inclusive Pictou County public transportation. Our mission, Chad Trans is a viable public transportation system that meets the needs of the community in a fiscally, socially, and environmentally sustainable manner. Our values are compassion, we respect all community members. Integrity, we act honestly at all times. Relationships, we strive to build trust in our relationships. Safety, we provide safety for our passengers. And sustainability, we are responsible for ensuring the financial, social, and environmental sustainability of the organization. They're all, to us, equally important, physical, social, and environmental impacts of our work. We are a door-to-door on-demand service, which basically means we go to your door, pick you up, take you where you're going to. It's not a fixed route that we currently operate. We serve 3 groups, the disabled, seniors, and what the province calls transportation disadvantage, which I call anybody else. So if you need a drive and you call, we will try to help you out and get you in the schedule. The banner there in the corner of the Rural Transportation Association, I'm the incoming chair of that organization. It's 16 organizations like Chad Trans across the province, and we come together several times a year to talk about common issues. And it's the Rural Transportation Association. Like I said, there's 16 of us. Chad Transit is tied for the oldest. The Transport Declare also started April 1st, 1996, the exact same day we started. Totally coincidental, they didn't know each other at all, but just happened to start the same day. So we're tied for the oldest, but we are by far the biggest and the busiest of the 16 organizations. To give you an example of our ridership is high. It's basically we're packed Monday to Friday, maybe Friday a little bit of open now and then, but we're busting the scene as far as door-to-door is concerned. We did over 33,000 trips last year. A trip would be like going from your house to the grocery store. That'd be a trip, or your house to the doctor, or whatever it might be. We did 33,000 of those last year. The challenges John spoke of are getting people on the bus. It's not that our schedules are full, but getting more people on the bus when we are moving. So they are 18 passenger buses, so a lot of times, like you said, we have one person on the pickup, so that's our challenge ridership-wise. We can't grow much more as far as scheduling, but we can put more people on our current trips. Our buses traveled over 260,000 kilometers last year on the roads of Pictou County mainly. And our drivers spent over 12,000 hours on the roads delivering people ready to go. Something we've struggled with over the years has been a perception that we're just a wheelchair bus, but we're a wheelchair bus. As I explained, we're a lot more than that. We're here for the whole community, not just certain segments of it. To illustrate that, 15% of our clients are in wheelchairs, so 85% aren't in wheelchairs. 25% are seniors. So that just dispels the myth that Chad Trans is a wheelchair bus, but it's not just a wheelchair bus. We have 6 buses and 1 minivan in our fleet. We have 4 buses on the road Monday to Friday, 1 bus on the road on Saturdays. We operate from pretty much 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pretty much all the buses. All our vehicles are wheelchair accessible, so even though it's not our main clientele, we are definitely geared up to help anyone who needs us. Our charters is something we're becoming pretty proud of. It's something we introduced several years ago as part of our service. It's basically we do weddings. We do a lot of weddings. Last summer we already had 2 booked for this summer. We expect more. Christmas parties, corporate Christmas parties, things like that. We take groups to Yost Winery. A group of teachers down last weekend to Yost Winery. Sugar Moon Farms, Fox Harbor, those type of things. We also take kids to day camps to like the Wildlife Park, or Victoria Park, or Malmurby Beach. And we also have school groups that we take to different places as well. We're hoping to further grow this market. It's a safe, economical way to travel. And we ensure that we price that we make a little bit of money off so that we can put that back into our core operations. So it's really a win-win. The customers love it. It's safe, affordable transportation. And it helps fund our core operations. So it's a big chunk of what we're doing. As John mentioned, and give you the exact numbers. In fiscal 2013, we had $3,000 in charter revenue. Fiscal 2014, $13,000. Fiscal 2015, $22,000. Fiscal 2016, $33,000. And we're budgeting for $40,000 this year. So that's the growth. It's exponential growth. And it's good for Chad Transit. It's good for the community. We do receive general donations from various community groups. Examples being the United Way of Pictou County. Jessica's here. The Pictou Lions Club. United Commercial Travelers. Pictou County Antique Car Club. Seldom Harris Memorial Foundation, and the Virgin Credit Union. So we thank those for donations. Without them, we wouldn't be able to help as many people as we do. We have 6 regular drivers, John, Wayne, Basil, Philip, Keith, and Reggie. And we have 2 spares, Fred and Peter. They're both here. They do charters mainly. Our other drivers are too busy to be here. Oh, there's Wayne. Over there. Sorry, pointing out Wayne. Almost universally, the feedback I received with the drivers is positive. They really do go above and beyond the duty, the call of duty. They will help you carry your groceries into your house, and basically whatever it takes to get out of the house and to back in, they help. So it's not just we show up, beat the horn, and expect to come running out. It really is a true door-to-door on-demand service. In this summer, we had to institute a list of drivers who are on call because our charters were anticipating we were being that much busier that we have some part or full-time school bus drivers who will be off this summer. And we're hoping they'll be able to help us fill our charter request because last time we had real trouble finding enough drivers because there's so much business coming in. So that's what we did this year in hopes that hopefully we can utilize that list. We hired an operations assistant 2.5 years ago, Sandy Adams. She now was this part-time position, but worked into a full-time 5 days a week, 8 to 4. She's responsible for the phones and the scheduling. Our phone probably rings about 100 times a day in the office, so she's got really, really busy. If you ever visit the office, you'll hear her phone ring quite a bit. And it's just something, this project Sandy recently worked on I want to tell you guys about. It's a project in the cost savings for provincial government using Chad Transit instead of taxis. So when I first started, almost 5 years ago now, I went and did presentations to community service and then mental health, the different organizations, tell them what Chad does and that we're here for them to help them out if they need us. So that business has grown, again, with those 2 clients in particular exponentially as far as our monthly business with them is concerned. So we wanted to find out how much money we're saving the province by using Chad Transit instead of using the taxis, which they did in the past. So what we found is in fiscal 2015-16, so year ended March 31st, 2016, that year from April 1st, 2015 to March 31st, 2016, we saved the province over $40,000 in transportation costs. And that's just for those 2 clients, community health and mental health, or community service and mental health. So the province, as you can see in our financial statements, they fund us with $120,000 a year. So we're basically giving 40 back of these savings, right? So it's a really good news story, I think, as far as because we always want to use taxpayers' dollars wisely, and I think this is an example of how Chad Transit can help our provincial government do that. We just completed the feasibility study regarding fixed route service for Pictou County. Actually, the board just approved the final copy this morning, and the province approved it last week. The findings were positive, as John mentioned. We had a survey as part of it. Overwhelmingly, the community wants it. It's just a matter of whether or not we can make it sustainable. So that's the question we have. There's no question that people want the service. So the findings were positive, indicated we should take our next step, which would be the development of a business plan. So that'll take this fiscal year to complete.
It's okay.
There's definitely still major hurdles in the way to a fixed roof service. We'll have to work closely with our municipal, provincial, and federal counterparts to make it work. But there is a chance of it happening, so we're working really hard towards trying to achieve that goal. And like I said, the next step this year is a business plan, and then if that's positive in its outcome, then the pilot project will be following that. So that's an update on where we're at with feasibility and fixed roof studies. Chad Transit, we're a growing organization in every sense of the word. We're growing our client base, we're growing our number of trips, we're growing what we offer the community as far as charters and so forth. Our budgets are growing, our staff is growing, and our fleet is growing. And based on demographics, we expect this growth for the foreseeable future. No reason it's going to slow down, as you can see. So it's important that we have events like this to let the community know how important Chad Transit is to us. I was born and raised here in Pictou County. I didn't know how important Chad was until I started working for us 4.5 years ago. I just always thought we were the buses going around. I didn't never notice it very much, but I started working there. And now every time I look at my car, I see a Chad bus driving somewhere. So we're on the road all the time. We're very important. And all of this because Ron and Del Levy and a group of dedicated volunteers have a vision to make the community more accessible to all, regardless of age, physical limitations, intellectual challenges, economic or social circumstances. And for this, on behalf of Pictou County, I say thank you to Ron and Del for joining us. Thank you.